Hey, what's up? This is Dan.
And this is David, and we are from Disturbed, and you're watching Loudwire.
So it's been a big year for rock reunions, Guns N' Roses, The Misfits. Now you have Axl fronting AC/DC. This is kind of a two-part question. So for you, the question would be, well, there's the other half is for you. Would be, what do you think of Axl fronting AC/DC? And for you, would you consider keeping the Disturbed band touring and alive and making new music if for whatever unfortunate reason David Draymond chose not to be a frontman any longer or wasn't able to?
So who should answer first?
Whatever you guys want.
Okay. Well, regarding the Axl thing, I think he's already proven that it's not only been an amazing thing, but that he's certainly up to the task. Look, my heart goes out to Brian. Hearing loss is an incredibly frightening thing to deal with, and I can't even imagine what he must be going through. And I can't imagine the frustration that the guys in AC/DC losing their brother of so many years must be going through. Everybody is very quick to point fingers and try to make somebody the bad guy. I don't think there's a bad guy in this situation. I think that they all have to deal with this unfortunate scenario that's been thrust upon them. And you know what? Axl has the chops. He's been showing it. He's been killing it with Guns N' Roses vocally. He's been killing it with AC/DC vocally, and doing it from, Dave Grohl's Borrowed Throne, for God's sake, which is not easy technique-wise. To execute all of that vocally from a sitting position is incredibly difficult. It takes tremendous precision and technique. And if I was wearing a hat, it would be off to him, because he is worthy before this, but certainly since the reunion and since the shows that have happened of late that I've been able to enjoy and watch online, he's worthy of tremendous praise and tremendous respect.
I have a slightly different opinion, but I agree that he's fully capable and he's fully talented in that. I think from a fan perspective, I would have liked to have seen the smoke clear a little bit from the first initial news of Brian to let us digest the fact that he's no longer with the band. It just seemed really quick to have to not only accept that, but then the band just immediately move on. I'm not knocking it. That's their opinion or their preference, but it's like a marriage. If your wife dies and then immediately you're dating somebody next week, it's like, wait, slow down for a minute. Let the kids digest the idea that they just lost their mother. And it's that from the, like I said, coming as a fan, I would like to digest it a little bit more before I'm ready to accept somebody else jumping in that role. If they come through town and I get a chance to see it, I probably would go see it, because I still think the band's talented, Axl's talented, but I would have preferred a little bit of downtime to digest the whole thing and accept that Brian was gone to begin with. So that's just a little bit more of where my head's at with it. And if it was Disturbed, for me personally, I know things change and stuff, their situation, maybe they didn't foresee that kind of problem happening, but speaking today and how I feel now, I wouldn't want anything to change within who Disturbed is. If somebody stepped out or had a problem, I don't think I would want to continue as Disturbed without the core of what this band is. But, it's easy to say now, and I'm sure every band feels that way going into it. And you would think, well, most people probably think, why is AC/DC doing it? They don't need to do it. They're probably filthy rich, and they don't need to go out and do it. Why don't they just let that be the legacy, and that's it? But nobody knows. That's their decisions, whatever happens in the business end of things. But, as far as Disturbed, I think that I would rather just let the band die at that if we weren't able to continue on.
And it wouldn't be, to go further with that, that can be said of any of the founding members of this band, whether it was Danny or whether it was Mike. I truly believe that as well, that there is no Disturbed without any one of these founding members. And don't get me wrong, there was a temporary injury, like we've done in the past, we could get somebody to fill in temporarily. But to know that one of the founding members of the band could no longer be in it, it's time to put the baby to bed. I would agree.
I mean, if it came around, if it was me and said, you know what, I'm done with touring, I wanted to spend time with my family, my kids, and I wanted to step down, and I felt like, hey, you know what, I don't expect you guys to step down because that's my choice. And I might say, give the option, you know what, if you feel you need to continue on and replace me, then you have my blessing at that. But like I said, if there's something, I just think that I would almost prefer that if it came to an end or somebody felt like that we just let this be what it is.